All right, so let's look at this part of your quarter one final review. These 6 problems are asking just whether or not it's a function. So let's, for this first graph, use our vertical line test to think about this one. So can I draw a vertical line through this graph and only touch it one time no matter where I draw that vertical line? And so right here, you run across this place that has an open circle and a closed one. So I would only still touch that part one time, and then the same thing here. So this one would be a yes. This would be a no because this vertical line would touch these 2 dots, and so therefore it cannot be a function. We can only touch our function once when we draw a vertical line anywhere on the function. So like right there would be okay because one was solid and one was open. So this one is open here and solid here, and then everywhere else we could draw a vertical line. So this one would be a yes. So let's look at the 3 mapping diagrams. So for each x, there just needs to be one y. So 6 goes with -8, that would be fine. It doesn't go with any other value of y. The 1 goes with -8. 2 goes with -5, and 3 goes with 7. So each x goes with only one y. It's okay that -6 and 1 both are paired up with -8. So this would be a yes. For the second one, we see that 8 goes with -1, 9 goes with -3, 10 goes with -1, and 13 goes with 5. So each x value is paired up with a different y. And it's okay that 8 and 10 both are paired up with -1. We just can't have one x, like 8, can't be paired up with 2 different y values. So this one would be a yes. And then this mapping diagram, you see 0 goes with -2, 1 goes with 1, but then -2, this x value goes with 2 different y values. So that would be a no. All right, for the next part, we're going to look at domain and range. So the main focus here is when to use a bracket and when to use a parentheses, and also pick out what is happening for domain from the left to the right, and range will be up and down. So from left to right in this graph, it is going from x equals -2 to 1. And then we need a bracket at -2 because it's equal. We can tell because it's a solid dot, and it's also equal to 1. So we would put a bracket at both. So it goes from -2 to 1, and it's equal to both of them. The range for this graph starts at 0, and then the highest value it reaches would be, if that's 10, and let's see, each box is worth 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So it goes from 0 up to 16. And then let's look at the next one. So from left to right, our domain would go from -8, and it would equal -8. So we put a bracket. And it would go all the way over to 2, because each box here is worth 2 again. But then it's not equal to 2 because of the open circle. So we need to put a parentheses there. And then the range would be our lowest value, so that looks like -4, to the highest value, which looks like +4. And it would equal both of those, because there's no open circle. So we put a bracket at -4, and we put a bracket at +4. And then last one for domain and range. So from the left to the right, it looks like each box is worth 2 again. So it goes from 2, but it's not equal to 2. So we put a parentheses. Then it goes to, let's see, 12, 14, up to 16. And it does equal 16 because that was a solid dot. So we put a bracket. Then for the range, the lowest y value would be -4. And the highest y value was 0. And then it's not equal to -4, so we put a parentheses. And then the highest y value was 0. And we do put a bracket because it was equal to that. Okay, so that's it for domain and range.